Get to Jackie Felgate on the conditions shortly. Downey pushing it to Harris. Prespakis perhaps held. Flying through Conti. Prespakis inserts herself back in again. Tackled strongly to the deck by Jarks.
Confronted there by Whitford. Ball spills out in the Prespakis direction. Last season's rising star. Gets the tap, then goes hunting it. Great to see Prespakis back out there for Carlton. Handball gains a little bit of territory.
Dalton put Jarks out of concession. Brennan dumped to the turf and she's feeling her shoulder immediately from the Prespakis tackle. Egan flicks the kick forward, hands to it, and on the second bite, a mark to Seymour. And there's Katie Brennan just cradling that right shoulder. Let's have a look at her here. You'd imagine that, yeah, that's just the elbow out to brace that ricochets all that force up into your shoulder.
For the moment at least, as Pound goes short. Tidy kick down the line, finds Prespakis. What a debut season she had last year. She goes short to Vesio on the half volley, an awkward.
Going to be a really steady lifter for Richmond to hope that they can push it forward.
So once again, the umpire, this is Ray Chamberlain, who's 50 metres away, keeping a close eye on Alana Woodward. Prespakis will get the free kick once more.
Her kick to the edge of 50.
Clear out.
Wakefield trying to wrestle it out of the hands.
From Doonan, spun in the tackle. How will the umpire read it? Ball it up. Harris at the back. Slaps it to a dangerous position. Awkward shot, couldn't take it. Prespakis tries to get it to Hosking. Coming. So the Blues will look to work it out through Prespakis, who's been really worked over tonight, Maddie Prespakis. She's stuck to her task. That little kick was looking for loins off her hands. Here's Vesio getting involved.
Little toe poke from Dalton. G's clean. Prespakis, normally a finisher, delegates it off, and strolling in goes Walker.
Set up.
The Blues had a famed mosquito fleet in the late 70s and early 80s. They've got a new version in their forward half this season. Forward and behind the football, superior to the Tigers tonight. They've just got players in the right positions, and we see it once again. Prespakis finds a hole in the pocket.
They certainly do. Defensively, Richmond just can't penetrate that zone that they're putting through the centre of the ground, and Maddie Prespakis, she'll go long here to the top of the square.
She'll set it up. McAvoy lurks at the back. Harris at the front. 1 points.
Taylor Harris is impressed. 12 touches, one shy of Sarah Hosking, who's the leader on the ground for the Blues. Nearly got her.
But in saying that, they don't want to let this margin blow out any further to really get their confidence down early in the season.
So a hold off the footy. We heard, first of all, no Richmond player had nominated to go on the ruck, so Harris was uncontested. Vesio took possession, but Prespakis held off the footy right in her hitting zone here.
How about those names? Harris, Vesio, Prespakis, McAvoy. This Carlton side is in very good stead for the years to come.
Maddie Prespakis, 7-3 in her debut season. There wasn't much she didn't do. All Australian, joint best and fairest, NAB rising star. You can drop the rising. She's just a star.
Said at quarter time, her role is yes to find the footy herself, but it's also to bring her teammates into the game, and that's exactly what she's done for 3/4 of this game, and I'm sure that she'll continue it in the final quarter as well.
It was impressive from a 19-year-old, wasn't it? You could tell she was physically rattled. She'd been shaken in that first term. She was out of her comfort zone, but she still had the right thoughts going through her head.
And she's been dealing with that hard tag for the first half of footy. Alana Woodward's been doing an excellent job, and she still managed to get off the leash.
She's that new breed of footballer we keep talking about, Abs. The player that's come through the system. She started when she was 5 years old and hasn't stopped since, and she's just class.
She really is a star, isn't she? And, you know, we forget how young she is. Yes, she won the Rising Star in 2019, but she's already a ready-made kind of senior AFLW level player, and she's really important for this Blues side.
Thank you.
All Australian in her first season. Scary to think there's another one coming through. Her sister Georgie just won the NAB League Best and Fairest at the age of 16 last year. She's not eligible for the draft till the end of next year. You'd think they won't be clamouring for her. Here's Maddie again to Pound. Back to Prespakis, putting on a show now. Over the top to Nat Plain.
She's impressed tonight for the Blues. Shoveling it was Prespakis, G.
And they're getting the results on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the blue-collar aspect of their game, pardon the pun, might be the thing Daniel Harford and his coaching staff take out of the evening.
Birchall dispossessed. Quick hands, Prespakis so creative. Releases Vesio.
Game, so I'm sure that the confidence is going to come, but they just needed to get more opportunities inside forward 50.
Create the 1-2, has to paddle outboard for Prespakis. She can gather, stop and prop, back to plane. Good chain here from the Blues, looking for another one. Vesio at the front. And that's
attack and her tenacity with the footy there.
Loins to Prespakis.
Is interesting. We saw her tag last week and it got to her early. It looks
all in at every contest. G, quick hands. Prespakis bends it across the body. Advantage in the air. Hits the ground. Benici tackled by Prespakis. Prespakis sinks the boot into it. Livingston's got to stand tall. Who slapped it in the Membry direction. In fact, it was Malloy and McAvoy, and heavy contact. Scalp. Hoskins kick towards Leighton and Prespakis. Again, Leighton at ground level. Can left it behind. Prespakis. Downey against Leighton. G slaps it out in the Prespakis direction. Looking for an option. We'll swing it wide. Harris will kick it high down the line. Prespakis underneath this football up against Brazel. Brazel takes the ball and Prespakis takes her to the line.
gone with her every step of the way and even won a few of the one-on-one. So brilliant game from her.
Loins with both those knees strapped as we start the final term, and Prespakis is back into the middle of the ground. She wins the first clierance.
Her teammates, they loved seeing her get on the end of a goal.
Just the second goal in her 17-game career as Mick is straight through to the site. Lifted for Moody. Handball ends up in the arms of Prespakis. She pokes it to Vesio. Self onto a list again, and here's Prespakis. Quick kick inside 50.
Moody trying to follow up her work. Prespakis is in there and has won herself a free kick, I think.
The last couple of weeks, Maddy Prespakis has had a tag, so it'll be interesting to see here whether someone rolls with her.
She just decides to go long, sends them inside 50.
Career high 14 touches in each of her first two games this season.
I think this is only her third AFLW game.
And good support for Prespakis around the footy. And Moody this time prompt position. Egan's there, so is Prespakis, 50. Didn't really had enough hands on the footy, clean disposal. Not going to go anywhere here as Prespakis has it all wrapped up in the centre. Moody taps down, then goes to follow up her own work. Rosali cracks in with Prespakis again. Raises the arm and it's going to go in her favour. So Prespakis heading towards over the head of Stevens. Kick had a little too much carry on it.
This tricky breeze. Well done, G, the goal kicker so far. Prespakis, she's been busy.
Version the last week already. Prespakis, her 5th touch of the game.
They're off to a hot start here. Rennie just got the knee into El Downey and then gave her some on the way through as well.
She can slot it from 45. That off the boot is not going to have enough carry though. Falls in front. Prespakis with a hand pass out to Pound. Pound went back towards her, playing near the boundary line.
The doctor, she was clutching at that bottom right leg, as you saw in the vision. It does.
Egan gets rid of Giorgio Stathis, so Loins can jump up and hand it to Prespakis near the line. Stevens. Rennie puts the body work in on Moody. Prespakis bursting through.
It's just like Maddy Prespakis does, and to be able to take it cleanly is quite a difficult trait to do. So
she's had 9 disposals. Putting the pressure on, she might win it back here. Lots of players around the footy. Brown and Prespakis fighting for it right in front of our commentary position.
Back threw it off to McAvoy, who had to change hands to hand pass to push Plain out of commission. Work to do for McLeod, who's sandwiched by Prespakis and Downey. A kick off a step. Dangerous work here for Prespakis to mark.
I'm asking for his girls to generate run and carry just to make sure they're going to make the most of this breeze and to be aggressive with this forward half territory.
Forward for the Dogs at the moment. Try and get it over that halfway mark.
Pinned. Umpire said it was okay. Prespakis.
Lose Egan continuing on her glittering start to her AFLW career. Prespakis sends it forward. Well done, Huntington. Egan with the follow-up, though. Underground hand pass for Loins. Can Carlton strike a blow early against the Dogs' confidence? Prespakis on the left. Vesio just about trapped it in.
Vesio, isn't she? Plays on quickly off the Blues here. Might have another forward entry.
Through Prespakis it'll be. She just loads up. Harris out in front.
McAvoy, Stevens with the mark. No, ball's touched off hands. Prespakis.
Lachlan just throws on the boot. Lamb will take it. The umpire said it didn't go the required distance. She's tackled to the deck.
The back, Lamb involved. Lalawifi paddles it. Vernon goes around the body, and once again Prespakis. She is motoring into the game in this final term. This will be her 6th possession of the quarter so far.
All the deck and then wins it at ground level. Hand pass off to Prespakis. Pokes it over the top. There's a couple to choose from. And G has her 3rd for the afternoon.
Well, Maddy Prespakis, a well-weighted kick. Knew she had numbers over the flight of the footy there.
She came here this afternoon with 2 career goals. She's kicked 3 and been the finisher for the Blues. Runs back into the traffic. Prespakis.
Hands off or just load up inside 50. Well, she's kicked it into Prespakis, who was on the mark. So Blackburn.
And quickly Loins will play on. Prespakis has got to the outside. Has a player up ahead to kick to. It's Nicola Stevens. Good mark out in front. The disposals just continues to improve. There she is again, launching at that mark. Couldn't take it. Prespakis out wide. McAvoy back to Prespakis. So a couple of the young guns work together. McAvoy being very good early. Prespakis contest. That's a good win for the youngster. Hosking back to Prespakis. Had a bit of the ball, just hasn't quite been as effective as usual yet. G. That's a clever kick. Egan worked in the space, took the mark. If she turns quickly, she has Harris in a one-on-one. Instead gives to Prespakis. Goes laterally to Vesio to take the mark. And now Brooke Walker will continue down the boundary line to Prespakis. Disposal number 8 for her. Will go into the corridor. It's a dangerous kick, but if it's effective, it'll work. Finds Egan. Went short and wide for Vesio. It wasn't a good kick, but Vesio was good enough to gather. Prespakis just playing around with it a bit here, the Blues, and again another fumble. They just haven't been clean in this quarter. Prespakis, Moody, and again Prespakis. This time's happy just to kick it out of the pocket. Can they take a mark? Bedell instead wheels back inside. Wasn't the right option, and a turnover. Prespakis.
Elite decision-making skills, and just needs to keep backing them in.
Disposal number 9 for her. 7 contested. It's a good kick. Had a few Blues at the top of the square, and out the corner of her eye spotted Maddy Prespakis.
It's great teamwork there, Lee. Maddy's obviously, her voice is booming out the back, and Downey and Walker have just left that to make her come in and ensure it's in great hands to hopefully slot this through.
The young superstar has had a huge second term. Already had the 13 disposals, and late in this half, a big kick for Carlton. Can she capitalise? Of course she can. And she taps the chest, and the Blues have kicked 2 in a row, and they bridge the margin within a kick.
She loves a goal celebration, Prespakis. But particularly this kick from Vesio here, pinpointed, knew where she was going. Prespakis knew where she had to be. And fantastic to see the little youngster get up and about early with the chest pump.
Well, they deserve that, the Blues. Reward for effort. They've had a fair bit of ball in their front half. Just haven't quite been able to capitalise, but a couple of late goals just gives them a lot of confidence going into the half. Prespakis again. Been sensational. Loins away here in the 3rd quarter, but it's the young gun Prespakis to the other young gun Egan.
Bench this term. She's just getting her left knee restrapped at the moment. I'll keep my eye on it.
Drop the mark she'd usually swallow. Prespakis is there, and Metcalf. Marinov, Mules, shovels it out to Hatchard, and the deflection off Prespakis. Right to get back out there and try and create something for Carlton as Prespakis wins the clearance again. Will kick it on the left boot to a dangerous spot on the ground. Hot in defence for the Blues.
Really solid defender down there, Charlotte Wilson. Really reliable, strong, fit. She'll be able to keep up with any speed of the game.
She's hot so far. Can she take the mark? Couldn't quite. Follows up at ground level. Prespakis throws herself into the footy. And it's a full tag, I think, too. Half knows who the match winner is for the Crows. Prespakis. They're just going to wind the clock down.
Just clears Exon. Unfortunately for the Blues, there's Prespakis to try and tidy it up. Here's Egan again on hands and knees. Prespakis will feed it back to Pound. Vesely to Johnson. She gets the kick towards half forward again. Harrington's been to Olympics with Australia's rugby sevens team, so she's as fit as anyone in the comp.
Came out the back, and a brilliant finish by Rhiannon Watt.
He was able to get goal side as Prespakis got the handball and will get the free kick. Pushed in the back in the tackle. So 2 goals apiece in the opening term here at Icon Park. Entertaining contest on Saturday night football. Flat punt inside 50, down at the back. The overlap this time was Egan. Can she finish? She can! Quality football. For the Blues was Plain, couldn't control it. She's got Pound in support. Prespakis. Pound. Hosking. Prespakis. Good pressure from Exon. Through to Walker. Prespakis just finds that football. She goes hunting it again. Puts her head down, breaks through, gets it going Carlton's way against Watt. Moody gets the tap. Dalton goes hunting at ground level. It spills backwards to Prespakis. She handballs it off to Moody. Free kick Blues again. Tackle lingering on Maddie Prespakis, who's up to her 11th possession. Vesely's had 7 for the Saints and Patricios 6. At the moment, Prespakis and Egan getting plenty of the football. Play on, it was touched off the boot. Harrington, Prespakis.
Just have some composure here and allow their teammates to push down and really open the ground again.
Down the ground, because whenever they work the ball wide, it seems to really hurt us. So, yeah, just trying to lock that down.
It's an interesting tactical battle, Ali. Thanks for your time. We'll let you get back into it.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Prespakis towards Walker. Saints with a chance to put themselves into the finals mix if they can find a way tonight. Dalton to Prespakis. Vesely goes on her hands and knees to try and win it. Moody with strength tries to barge out and does. Hosking. Prespakis bounces it towards half forward for the Blues. It'll be a 2-on-2 contest. Wins immediately taken down. They pile in on top. Let's head. Mackie almost managed to hang on to that. Prespakis tried to feed it through. Mackie went after her again. The veteran versus the youngster. Lelowifi tried to touch it to Pound. And again under pressure from Loynes. Has to hoist it high. Prespakis at the front. O'Neill at the back. Prespakis goes to ground. Flips it to the voice of Plain. Through the football. Going hard there was Prespakis against Patricios. The good friends go at it. It's
her 4th goal of the year.
4 straight. She's just so clean, isn't she, under pressure? Hands. Loynes' handball was partly smothered. Here is Greiser. Loynes tries to take her down. Does so. Umpire said play on. Ball spills out. Johnson gets to her feet. Has to release a quick handball. Prespakis somehow found some space where there was none. Moves for a throw. As Stevens gives it off to Prespakis. To the football and paused. Harrington's quick kick puts Dalton under pressure. And the Blues now got some numbers. Stevens to Prespakis. Delivers inside 50. Mackie provides a contest in the air. Prespakis has got some time to work with Plain. Arguably the most improved player in the competition, Charlotte Wilson. Her kick to Prespakis, and that's a wonderful contested mark against Hanks. Prespakis will go long down the line. Harris in the middle of that pack, off hands. It's increased her disposals from 3 a game to 12 a game so far this year. Prespakis' kick. Structure out of position. McAvoy couldn't hold the mark. The dangerous Newman taken down by Prespakis. Wonderful tackle from Maddie Prespakis, and Newman saw. It's been a physical contest early, as we expect. Such high stakes for both these teams. Prespakis goes short, finds Brazalik. Edwards. Zanka now tries to control it. She runs into Prespakis, who takes her down. Wilson's kick to Prespakis, couldn't control it. Vesio at ground level, Prespakis as well. Lampard falls across. It'll spill in the Zanka direction. She slaps it to Edmondson. Great body work from Vesio. Gets it to Prespakis. Prespakis to a one-on-one off the hands of Harris. Better by the week. High kick inside 50. Cunningham tries to get to the front. It was a 2-on-1. Wilson engaged Cunningham. Cunningham wanting a free kick. Prespakis took the uncontested grab.
Down forward, they can't transition quick enough for the ball movement that they're running with.
Yeah, the fluid ball movement for the Blues not quite there so far tonight. Their ability to get it, run hard off half-back and then hit up the likes of Harris and Stevens at half-forward's been a real trademark of their game so far this season.
Because they are getting the turnovers, there's no doubt about that, but then those girls are too far up the ground and they don't have the options looking down.
Downey went to ground and somehow still got the clearance. Prespakis a little sore after that last contest. She wins the football, gets it to Plain. For Melbourne, they're winning it on the outside at the moment. That's where they're doing the damage. Prespakis to Dalton. Harrington tries to control it. Prespakis in a flash. to the voice of Brazali. Cavoy, Dalton with composure. Just stepped through the traffic, went back into it to step through it. Was really clever play, and she delivers to Prespakis. Maddy Prespakis, so good with ball in hand, and she hits up Taylor Harris. Sheriff to Gay. For the first time tonight, it's Carlton making the running in this game. Prespakis runs into heavy contact. Was high from Scott. Blues ball. Back to McAvoy. Pops it over the top. Prespakis. McAvoy, another look. Vessio goes towards Stevens. Through the hands of Prespakis, who follows up. Goes to the voice of Dalton. That's where she wants to hit it. That's where it ends up. Prespakis playing off a step. Bounces to the middle of the ground. Prespakis and G. Little toe poke from G in the Prespakis direction. Somehow kept her feet long enough to win the football.
NTFL Men's Premier League Grand Final currently in action at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and the team
Company can't quite get free, but manages to get the hands loose. Stevens has got Prespakis on the outside. Can use her now. Floats it to Maddy Prespakis. She steps inside Hall. Looks for an option inside 50. Harris, Hosking.
Inside 50.
Plain went straight ahead, won the football, gets it to Prespakis. Generally a good finisher. Can she bend it inside the post? She can! And the Blues open up a buffer in the final term. So finally some return on their investment in this final term, Abs. 7 inside 50s to 1, and Maddy Prespakis with the finish.
It's a good reward for effort, wasn't it? And it's fitting that it is Maddy Prespakis, because once again, she's leading this disposal count. She's leading this, come from behind in the second half and up to 22 disposals now.
You can hear the Carlton bench saying time, just take your time. Chew down the clock. Prespakis spots Egan's got to stand and wait. Hosking tried to get it to Prespakis. It was slapped away by Bates. Prespakis will track it back inside defensive 50.
There.
Inside 50 to Wardlaw. Front and centre is Arnell. Just pushed off her kick. Prespakis receives from McAvoy, who's been busy early. Tackled by Arnell. Gets it to boot. Finds Prespakis. She's taken down. Slap past Downey. Prespakis involved again.
Tenfold in the intensity, and we're seeing that in the first few minutes.
No one with any time to use it at the moment. You've just got to get it and get rid of it in an instant. And Prespakis already up to her 5th touch. Goes in the Harris direction, wants to use the body. Moody gets the tap. Wilson, nice body work from Loynes, frees up Prespakis, who's been busy early. Kick towards Harris.
And it's exactly what they needed.
Prespakis and Lutkins. And that was awkward rather than malicious.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because Lutkins didn't even go in to make contact, and Maddy Prespakis unfortunately just hit the leg.
Prespakis delivers inside 50. Stevens again presents. Vessio, nice tidy delivery to Prespakis. 25 seconds left on the clock. Can the Blues get it moving? There's nothing at all inside forward 50. Harris keeps it alive. Pops a handball over the top towards the goal square. Here's the dangerous Prespakis. She goes to ground. Vessio. She's pushed in the back, was Prespakis. And Maddy Prespakis will get a free kick. And again, she's a classy finisher. 10 goals for in her AFLW career. And it's that last one.
She had a player to the right-hand side, but nobody deep. So, yeah, she just couldn't see those jumpers for the Lions.
It's tapped out from Plain to Prespakis. Prespakis, little kick on the left. Missed.
So good in the air.
The likes of Stevens and Vessio just waiting at ground level. And this young lady as well, Maddy Prespakis, what a finisher she is. Umpires confer, and it's touched. So the ball sailed through, it was touched off the boot, and the Lions dodge a bullet. Here's another look. Well, that's nowhere near touched.
That's nowhere near touched. Very unfortunate there for Maddy Prespakis.
The outside give to Edwards was clever. Prespakis followed up, got involved, and finds Stevens, and she'll look up and float a kick towards Prespakis, who I think might have just come off the bench.
Yep.
She can get it now. She's got runners to the outside. She's got McAvoy on the inside, or she can deliver to G.
Into a potential final next week.
Here's Prespakis. Egan.
And the others really lift and they carry the load.
Here's Prespakis. Manages to slip away from Sfark with the outside of the right boot. Haven't been able to maintain that physical pressure in the second half, and the Blues have been able to find a bit of space.